This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, let me open the notepad. So before going to start, I would like to understand from you, like whatever you have learned. One is item model group, and then inventory closing. Anyhow, we are discussing about charges now. So inventory closing and item model group. Any doubts, anyone? Have you practiced or any challenges we faced? Anyone? At least can anyone unmute and whether you are able to hear my voice?
Satya, this is Ganesh.
Yeah, Ganesh.
Actually, I have done that inventory valuation process. So while doing that, if we are posting that purchase order and doing the sales order, while doing the product receipt, we can't able to get that cost per unit column. It is showing empty. So after booking the vendor invoice, the cost per unit and the financial cost amount is getting. But in case of a weighted average, why even before booking the vendor invoice itself, that the cost per unit column is showing that amount?
For which one? For which one?
Weighted average.
Weighted average. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. In case of a FIFO, only after booking the vendor invoice that the cost per unit column is showing some amount, some cost per unit. But in case of weighted average, even before booking the vendor invoice itself, it is showing the cost per unit. How? Why there is a difference between these two methods, FIFO and FIFO weighted average?
Good identification. That's good. So for this to answer that question, first thing is like we have totally 5 different behaviors. Total 5. One is FIFO, and FIFO like next one is LIFO, and LIFO date also it is almost same. Okay. Next one is weighted average and weighted average date. Okay, so these are the 3 different behaviors. Now you are coming to the next one is moving average. Next one more is standard cost. This is one set, and this is one set, and this is one set. So moving average is, it will not look at the historical data. It will not look for the historical data. What do you mean by historical data? In this, it verifies like LIFO or FIFO or LIFO date or something, like last transaction there is a dependency. Historical data means already existing transactions it will consider. Even for this average date, moving like weighted average, it will look and it will average from the day one. Means suppose I have started a business in 2017 or 2016 and I'm using this application, it will get average for all the transactions. It will get all the transactions. Whereas moving average, it will take the current cost price and it will be get averaged. So this will be used majorly in retail industry. System will not wait for like the transactions, and it will execute weighted like average calculation based on the already transaction it was posted. Like suppose that like on hand inventory is 25 and the cost price it is something, it is like 85 something. Now you did purchase order for 10 quantity, and the price, it is suppose purchase price or cost price, latest cost price you have entered, purchase price 90. This will look at the on hand inventory cost price versus this one only. This is moving average. Understood? This is on hand inventory, and this is like the new transaction. Okay, it will get calculated moving average automatically every time. So for these two methods, it may not require inventory closing process. It will get calculated automatically every transaction. It will get calculated immediately. That is the behavioral change from this set versus these two. Even for standard cost also, you are going to enter the standard cost price. Means what do you mean by standard cost price? Means roughly they will calculate the price, and they will enter that price in the transaction. And every production, whenever you are doing production, the deviation will be posted as variances, and this will be monitored. What is the waste of items? It is a manufacturing company. Let me show you that one. What do you mean by these two? So one is inventory management, posting. If it is a standard cost, usually manufacturing companies, they will use it. Usually manufacturing companies. So it will be standard cost only until and unless if you create new transaction. Now it will post to the standard cost variances. So that is the reason whenever you are doing any item, suppose you are practicing till now item 1000 or any few specific items. Now you need to practice with the different items and try to get errors and try to resolve yourself. If you are not able to resolve, let me know and let us see what is the errors you are getting. So don't do with only item 1000 or specific item. Already whatever it was created, try to use that item masters. You will get some errors, different types of errors. See, let me show you. Here, suppose if you look at this one, like M0017, so some two M002 item. If you open this one, it is standard cost. The method is standard cost. So moving average also, it will be used in the retail industry. I will come to that point also. Just these two are two different behaviors. So if it is a model is standard cost, then you need to go to manage costs and you need to go to setup and item price, and you need to have a standard cost price in this, like this. This is a standard cost price. So you need to enter, like in the pending prices, you need to enter click new. In the pending, you can click new and you can enter whatever it is there, and you can post like activate pending prices, then it will be moved from here to here and you need to enter. This is standard cost price. And if you are purchasing or if you are producing, if there is any deviations, the deviations will be posted to this account, in this accounts. So even it is a production, because why it is required, suppose the same item, if I am producing for this month, it may be the cost price may be 200, next month it may be 225, next month may be 195, because of production people, the production line, production persons, they may do some wastage kind of thing. Got my point?
Yeah.
So that is standard cost. And moving average is whenever I'm receiving, because in retail industry, it is, there are so many transactions, there are so many items. If you go to any supermarkets, you will find thousands of items and thousands of transactions per day, maybe hundreds or thousands of transactions per day. So for that, it is they will use moving average. As soon as if you receive material, or as soon as if it is invoiced, the cost price will be updated. Okay, Ganesh?
Yeah.
And one more thing you need to remember, marking will not work. Remember, marking will not work. What do you mean by marking? Here, suppose you are doing purchase order, purchase return you are doing. At that time, purchase return against, whenever you are doing purchase returns, against purchase you are going to do it. At that time, cost price should be calculated at the time of invoice, whatever the price is there, that should be captured, but it will not capture this one. That is a product limitation. Because you are taking running average, so it will not be captured one-to-one link. In these cases, yes, if you receive the material from the vendor, return back to the vendor, or receiving material from the customer, one is return to the customer, return to the vendor, or return coming from the customer. In those scenarios, that one-to-one, like actually whenever you are doing returns, purchase returns or sales returns, you learned already, okay, in T&L batch. So at that time, the price, whatever it is at the time of invoice, will be captured automatically if it is this cases. Otherwise, it will not. If it is this one, it will capture running cost price, but not the purchase price, whatever it is at the time of invoice. That is product limitation. Got it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Any more? Team, any questions?
Satya, good morning, Satya.
Yeah, good morning.
So one thing what I observe is when the financial cost amount becomes negative,
Hmm.
the cost price goes zero, and
Hmm.
there's no it's not allowing further transaction. It is allowing still posting the packing slip, but not invoicing.
Now, if you are not enabling the checkbox, financial cost
Yeah.
amount,
Yes. Exactly.
that
Exactly.
is the reason. So that is the reason you need to enable always. You need to enable always. I told you always we need to enable.
No,
That
for
is the
checking purpose I did.
that it will stop you. That is the
Yes.
reason the checkbox is given. Yes. Yeah. Okay. You are just informing me. Am I right?
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
It's not a doubt.
No doubt.
Yeah. Fine. Fine. No issues. That's fine. I'm just confused. Like the behavior
No.
I
No.
have
No.
explained. So you have verified it is working fine.
Once it becomes negative,
Yeah.
the
It will
cost
not
price
allow.
immediately goes to zero.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. So that is the reason always financial negative inventory should be enabled
Yes.
by default. Okay. So why I'm telling this one? So suppose if it is a human being, the heart, if it is heart, will be the blood pumping will be moved from heart to each and every part of your body. In the same manner, if you are doing like this one, that's why I told you, like I will compare human being with this ERP. So this is, it will be here, it will impact heavily if you do small single mistake. If you do small single mistake, it will impact heavily, very heavily. So each and every checkbox you should know already, and it should be mapped properly. It should be mapped properly. All the checkboxes. It's not like so simple. So the decision for finance consultant, important is financial dimensions. I mean to say, for finance consultant, I will discuss with you in detail later. One is financial dimension versus legal entity. Okay, this is for finance. For logistics, it is item model group. In this, actually, financial dimension versus legal entity means, suppose I have a company in Hyderabad, I have one more company in Warangal or Suryapet. Now, like in suppose Suryapet, whether it is I need to create a branch or legal entity. Whether I need to create a branch or legal entity, there should be heavy debate. I mean to say healthy debate should be happen between you, I mean to say functional consultant versus customers, the clients wherever. Decision should be taken in a proper manner. If you do wrong any like wrong suggestions or something, it will create heavily problem. In the same manner, item model group. If you do single mistake, it will cause us a lot. Suppose you have selected non-stacked product for stacked product, or for stacked product you have selected non-stacked product. Then this item is used in so many BOMs and so many bill of materials and formulas, and there are manufacturing industry have used a lot. Now you want to change from stacked product to non-stacked product, or non-stacked product to stacked product, or FIFO to LIFO, or LIFO to weighted average, or weighted average to moving average. If you want to change, it will be a hectic job. It will be a hectic job. Means there is a big exercise to you if it is any changes to this item model group. That is the reason I am taking special alert and I am giving information on this one particularly, because your decision impacts heavily to the client. If you don't know about this one, with a little bit negligence, it will cost a lot to the client. Okay, fine. So I think any more questions please related to this area, like inventory closing. Still, not only this session, please practice and come back to me if you have doubts. Definitely I will give clarifications, because as I told you, it is 1 hour, half an hour session for you. It is costly, sometimes lakhs of rupees or crores of rupees for the client. Okay, if you do single mistake, as I told you, one consultant has created like a company wrongly by legal entity, wrong legal entity. That wrong legal entity impacts heavily, and the client will leave you, and he will choose for some other client, some other software company. That means the project gone for the software implementation company. If it is a small single mistake, wrongly I have selected, instead of India, I have selected suppose USA or China or Malaysia, suppose, then it will heavily impacts. Understood? So don't do mistakes, silly mistakes. It will impact the project directly. Fine. Now charges we are learning. Last Friday I have started a discussion on charges. Let me go back. So let me show you now different, like I have introduced about the charges, what it is last Friday. Now today I will try to understand how to distribute the charges between the items. Okay, there are methods I will discuss with you now. Okay, suppose five quantity. Suppose I am purchasing washing machines, 5. Each one is 20,000. It is total 1 lakh. Okay, next one I'm purchasing 10. I'll take suppose keyboards. I'm purchasing 10 keyboards. I'm purchasing 10 keyboards. Each one is 1,000. Suppose it is 10,000. Okay, now charges is transportation charges, 1,100 rupees or 11,000. So from Mumbai to here, the transportation charges is 11,000 rupees. Okay, now So can I make like 5,500 here charges? And here 5,500. Fine. Can I distribute like this? Is it fine? Agree with
No,
me?
it is not. It is not
No,
correct.
not correct. It is not at all correct, because 5,500 rupees, if you are adding this one, the cost price is increasing a lot. Now, any idea, any guesses? What is the amount for this one? I need to distribute. What is the amount I need to distribute here?
Based
This
on the
one?
value, we can apportion the freight cost.
Yes.
Exactly.
10,000 and 1,000.
Okay, so perfect. It is, this one is 10,000 and this is for 1,000. How it was key? Let me explain you. Total value is 1 lakh and 10,000. So 1 lakh, 1,000, 10,000, the total amount bill. The total bill is 1 lakh 10,000. For this, the charges is 11,000. The bill 1 lakh. The material cost, it is, first one is 1 lakh, next one is 10,000. Total 1 lakh 10,000 rupees. For this, total charges is 11,000. For 1 lakh, what is the amount? In your 8th, 9th standard, it will explain you. This is a calculation. So then opposite, above opposite and opposite exactly adjacent, multiplication divided by this one. So it is 1 lakh. This is mathematics. It is not dynamics AX. Multiply with 11,000 divided by 1 lakh 10,000. This is, even this mathematics you learned in 8th, 9th standard. If you did not learn, you need to recollect now. Okay, 1 lakh multiply with 11,000 divided by 1 lakh 10,000. If you calculate, this will be 10,000. You can take the calculator and you can verify 10,000 rupees. In the same manner, if it is 10,000, what is the cost? If it is 10,000, what is the cost? Means 1,000 rupees. This is the method of calculation. This is a method of calculation. Now for 1 lakh rupees, I need to update 10,000 rupees. And for this one, I need to update 1,000 rupees. Any doubt in this? Any confusion? Is it clear? Calculation. I will show you in the system in a few minutes, but is it clear to everyone? I hope it is clear. Okay, let me quickly create 2 items so that you will understand clear picture. What is the cost price it is impacting? So it will impact cost price also, the charges and everything. So how it is posting and everything, let us understand. Okay, let me create one item. Keyboard and washing machine. Okay, so let me create new items. Why I'm actually, like earlier batches I showed from the system, like existing one. Now I'm creating new item so that you will understand the cost price also. You will understand the cost price changes, how it is going on. So washing machine WM2 something I've created. Washing machine 2. Anything is fine. Okay, you can map FIFO or whatever you want, no issues. Okay, suppose the purchase price I'm entering 20,000. The same price I'm entering. Purchase price I'm entering 20,000. Sales price I'm making like 25,000. Okay, cost price I'm not entering. System should calculate the cost price. Washing machine 2 created, and keyboard also let me create. Okay, click OK. So I will enter the purchase price 1,000. I'm going to purchase at the rate of 1,000 and selling at the rate of 1,600 something. Now let me purchase these two items. So we can do this purchase order process using two different processes. One is from the accounts payable module or from the procurement sourcing module. Any module you can do it. So let me do from accounts payable module, purchase orders, all purchase orders. Am I audible to everyone?
Yeah, yes, it is audible.
Fine. I'm clicking on new button. Select the vendor account. Any vendor is fine, no issues. There is no restrictions on vendor. And any site and warehouse, anything is fine, no issues. Click OK. So washing machine 2, I'm purchasing, suppose 5 quantity, sorry, WM2, washing machine 2. And quantity 5, 20,000, it is total 1 lakh. Another line, keyboard 2. Okay, let me enter the keyboard 2. Give me a second. Keyboard 2. 10 quantity I'm purchasing. So if you want to verify the totals, you can go to the purchase order header. Totals, if you verify, it is 11,000. Mummy, phone చేస్తున్నా, sorry. Just a minute. Just a minute. So it is 1 lakh of now. We have not entered any transportation. Now, what I'm doing, I'm entering charges. I'm entering charges. The transportation charges. So I'm taking this one, vendor fee. So anyone is fine, but let me verify this one. What is the mapping? It was item and vendor. I want to show you first item and vendor. The combination item should be debited and vendor should be credited. That's what I want. Yeah, fine. This name, whatever you want, you can configure, whether it is a transportation charges, insurance charges, or loading unloading charges, maybe any charges. Okay, now all together it is 11,000. 11,000 have entered. Fine. Now once the transportation charges is entered, I'm trying to do a confirmation. I'm trying to do a confirmation. It is not allowing to confirm. It is not allowing to confirm. Look at this one. It is getting error message. It is getting error message. Definitely will get error message. Look at this one. Blue, operation cancelled, confirm purchase order. An error occurred during the update. Till now you did not face this kind of error. Now what is the error message? If you go to the message details, charges have not been allocated. Posting, like posting of this order is cancelled. Means posting means confirmation of the posting. Charges is not allocated. Means system is getting confused. You have entered the charges. Now how much amount I need to update in this one and how much amount I need to update here. System is confusing. Then you need to guide to the system like, yes, allocate these charges, allocate these charges. Based on the amount. So there are multiple options. You will understand these things later in few minutes. Net amount, based on the amount, do it and allocate for all lines, whatever it is there. Allocate net amount for all lines. I'm just clicking on allocate. Then system understood your instructions and system has created, like if you go inside like financials, transportation charges, like miscellaneous charges, whatever it is there, it is first line is updated with 10,000 and second line is updated with 1,000. Second line is updated with 1,000. Look at this one. 1,000. Now if you go to the header level, there is no charges at all because it was distributed as per your instructions. System has distributed the charges. It is not there. Understood? This exercise you need not to do manually, and you need not to enter anything. Simply you need to choose the option like based on the net amount distribute the charges. Any confusion this one? Any arguments, please? Remaining process, it will be continuous same process. Is it clear?
Yeah, that transportation charges will now reflect in that inventory cost. Right?
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to show you that one also. I'll show you that.
Yeah.
But the method of calculation, is it clear to everyone? Any doubt in this? Because I did calculations outside first, and I have shown you effect. So this calculation, how to do it, if you know or don't know, no problem, but it is always better to have this calculation in your handy so that you can explain to the business users, the business people, you can explain properly if you have good command on this calculations. Okay, even though because first time you are looking, you can try to learn this calculation methodology, how it is calculating. Even if you don't know also, it can work. But if you interview, like if business people, they are asking like many calculations, you need to be in such a position like you need to take the calculator and you need to show the calculation how it is going on in the back end. Anyhow, technical consultant did a lot of favor to us to do the calculations automatically, but it is your responsibility to represent or to showcase that information to the business users. Okay, fine. Now you are telling like only one method. There are three methods inside. Let me delete this one, financial charges. Whatever it is there, it was distributed. I'm deleting this one now for time being. Maintain charges. Delete. Because to develop this functionality, there is a lot of hard work. So we are just utilizing that function. So manufacturing of a bike or car or aeroplane or flight, whatever it may be, the like helicopter, it is very complex, but utilization is far better. You can use it simply. Anything to make a system ready, it will be very complex. If you know the functionality, how they have developer did it like inside, if you understand from the front end, you can showcase that information to the business people very clearly. Now the same charges, usually this is not the best practice, but in case like a client wants, distribute the amounts between these two lines equally. So maintain charges 11,000.
8 కల్లా ఓపెన్ చేస్తారంట స్కూల్.
నువ్వు బస్సులో వెళ్తావా లేదా నేను దింపనా? సరే. Give me a second. Okay, so now I'm entering the charges. Now same 11,000. I'm distributing this one between, I have entered this one. I want to distribute these amounts between these two lines equally. Then allocate charges. If it is 3 lines, you can distribute for 3 lines per line. Per line means for each line you can distribute the amount, whatever it is there, divided by that much. Now it is 2 lines, divided by 2. 11,000 divided by 2. Blindly I want like this. If it is 3 lines, divide by 3. If it is 4 lines, divide by 4. If it is 5 lines, divide by 5. I want this calculation per line. I want this calculation per line. If in case customer wants any scenario like per line, then we can select per line, allocate all, click OK. Then per line means 11,000. So what is the expected result in this first line?
So 5,500 would be there.
Yeah, 5,500 should be there. Let me verify maintain charges. It is 5,500. Look at this one. It is 5,500 for the first line. For the second line also 5,500. Understood? This is allocation based on the per lines, based on per lines. So let me delete this one. What are the other options? So actually, like charges is a part of finance, costing is a part of logistics. That is the reason I have taken into consideration both batches together. I'm explaining because the coordination between finance consultant and T&L consultant should be there properly. That is also one of the biggest success secret. Always success scenario is if this coordination is good, it will be succeeded that project implementations. Financials, maintain charges. I'm deleting this one. Now another method, same 11,000, I'm entering once again. I want based on quantity. Same 11,000 because this is different clients may want differently. Same 11,000 it was. Now allocate these charges based on the quantity. Based on the quantity. So what is the procedure means? This is net amount you learned. Second one is per line. In this per line, it is 5,500 and 5,500. This is a simple one. This is not the best practice, but we have per line also option. Okay, this we understood. Okay, next one is based on the quantity. Then 11,000 for total quantity 15. For 15 quantity, this much 11,000. For first line 5 quantity, what is the amount? So this is 5 quantity divided by 15. What is the amount? The same logic you need to update for ten quantity. Sorry. So 5 multiply with 1100, sorry 11,000 divided by 15. 3,666.67. The same here, if you apply, ten multiply with 11,000 divided by 15, 7,333.33. Sometimes if it is 66, suppose it is updated, it was updated for suppose 66, then there is a 0.01 paisa is available as a penny difference. Make sense? There is a penny difference. Agree? 1 paisa is difference.
Yes, sir.
There is a chances like this also, but now it is rounding to 7. Sometimes there are, you are going to learn in next 3 days. In next 3 days, this rounding difference also you need to understand. That's why I'm just reminding. Sometimes there is a chance like the total sum is not equal to this one. In that case, it should post to the one account as a penny difference, because the sum of the total amount is not equal to this one. If it is in case it is captured like this, the postings always debits and credits should be tally. The sum of these two should be equal to 0. Always this is equal. But here it is 9 like 10,999.99. If you do calculation sum of these two, there may be chances like this it occurs. Now let me do it, that apply on this rule. So I have entered transportation charges at header level 11,000. 11,000 I have entered. Now I'm allocating charges. Based on quantity, per quantity. Here instead of amount, I'm selecting quantity. Allocate. Click on allocate. Now if you go to the financials, the first line, it should be updated with 3,666.67. Okay, the charges. Otherwise, like another line is 6,666, like 7,666 points, whatever it is there. Next line, let me show you. It is 7,333.33. Yes. Got it? Any questions in this? Of course, these methods may or may not be used by clients, but in the system it is available. So you need to know about this one. Maybe business scenarios may be different. In some scenarios, I need to distribute based on the quantity, each quantity. Understood? These calculations, any confusion, any doubts, any clarifications, any arguments, please.
Satya, do you have option like based on the weight allocation?
No, it is not based on the weight. Wait 1 minute, let me show you. Charges. There is no based on the weight, but here there are different categories. Pieces and a percentage also per piece. Percentage, proportional. Here also it is available, but weight, there is no weight. One is fixed amount, 1 piece per piece, or per percentage, like this it is available majorly. Intercompany means for intercompany transactions, you are having separate charges like this. But a piece like a weight, based on the weight, we don't have option. We don't have option to do based on the weight. So As I told you, item model group and this charges is not a simple small subject. If you are digging into inside a lot, you need to practice and you need to come back to me. Okay, suppose let me delete this one. And today I'm going to stop at 7:15, 7:10, 7:15. I have some other work, personal work. I'm sorry to say this one, but little bit urgency. So that is the reason I'm stopping here for today by 7:15. Okay. By 7:15 only I'm stopping. We'll continue tomorrow. Okay. I'm going to hard stop by 7:15. If anyone want to discuss, please interrupt me now itself while explaining. Okay, let me go to this first line also. Let me delete. Maintain charges. So we have not entered anything. Now it is deleted. Now let me apply the first condition and let me do posting. Let me apply this charges. First condition like net amount. Usually the best practice is always net amount. In normal regular scenarios, business scenarios, it is based on the net amount. I'm entering suppose 11,000. Okay. Now let me allocate this based on the net amount. This is purely finance. Costing is purely T&L, but coordination is mandatory, as I told you. So if you learn that one, you can coordinate with each other easily. Allocate charges. Click on allocate based on the amount. So the first line, if you go to the first line, if you verify the financial amounts, the charges, it is 1,000, 10,000 will be updated. Okay, for the second line, it is 10,000 plus 1,000. 10,000 is the material cost, 1,000 is the charges. Okay, 1,000. Now if you verify the totals, even before or now itself, it is 10,000 plus 1,10,000 plus 11,000, it is 1,21,000 total split. Look at this one. 1,10,000 is the amount, 10,000 is the charges. Now it is the total amount is 1,21,000. Okay, so can I proceed? Any more doubts on this? I'm proceeding. Okay, I'm doing confirmation. I will do product receipt now. Confirmation will be succeeded properly because I have entered maintain charges at the header level and I have given instructions to distribute the amounts or allocate the amounts between different lines. Okay, now let me do product receipt. If I do product receipt, it will update the item price only. Charges will not be updated. Charges will not be updated. It will update only item price. Look at this one. I'm entering this product receipt number and product receipt date, document date. Click OK. Now if you go to the release product, so if you are verifying the keyboard 2, if you verify manage inventory, on hand inventory, so it is updated. Now if you verify on hand inventory, it is 10 quantity, fine. If you verify KB2, the cost price is not updated, but this physical cost amount is updated with 10,000 only. And if you verify like washing machine 2 item, give me a second. If you verify washing machine 2, washing machine 2, and if you verify on hand inventory, it will show you the same, like 5 quantity received, physical cost amount is physical inventory is updated, available physical also 5. If you verify the cost amount, like the physical cost amount, 1 lakh. Now let me do invoicing. Now the cost price is actually to be frankly internal calculation. If it is in case if you include checkbox physical cost amount, then it will become 10,000, like 1,000. Am I right? If you enable the checkbox, if you enable this checkbox, it will update include physical value, and it will show you cost price here as this is 20,000. Okay, now let me do invoicing. That already I have shown last week. Now I'm entering vendor invoice number something and vendor invoice date. Okay, and update mass status, it is passed. Whatever the transportation charges you have received, that will show you here financials. Here also it will show the same maintain charges. First line it is 10,000 for 1 lakh material. For 1 lakh material it is 10,000. Look at this one, it is showing here also. If you want to modify, yes, you can modify. System has flexibility to modify during invoice also. Okay, now it was I'm posting this one. Update mass status, it should be passed. Now if you verify the totals, you can see the totals. It is 1,10,000 plus 11,000 charges. It is 1,21,000. Now let me do posting. Now what is the expectation? If I refresh, anyone please?
The cost price will be 22,000 and the financial cost amount will be 1,10,000.
Yes. The physical cost amount will be disappeared and the financial cost amount is 1,20,000, 1,10,000. 20,000 is the charges. Like if you want, you can verify the charges also, purchase price and all those things you can see here. This is cost amount, and here it will show you cost amount. And even if you want, you can see, go to the ledgers, And financial voucher, you can see what is the postings. Okay, no, it is not the financial posting. Let me show you the transaction details. Not this one, sorry. Inventory, and I want to show you some screens. 1 second. I think in the transaction details only. Purchase price, yeah. So here, if you look at this one, you can see the purchase price is 20,000 by quantity, and cost amount is posted. Everything it will show you inside. Okay, the total amount, everything will be captured. Okay, and here it will show you the entire things. Not only this one, give me a second. Let me post this financials and let me show you from that one. You know the financial postings, if it is batch job is not running, it will not be posted immediately. General ledger, periodic task, subledger journal entry is not yet transferred. Let me complete this one, transfer now. Now if you go to this, sorry, transactions only, inside voucher I want to show you. Ledger, physical voucher, financial voucher, both you can see. Physical voucher at the time it is 10,000 only. It is 20,000 is the purchase price. So from here you can see not this one. Just give me 1 second. I think that one only. Transaction only, yeah. From inventory, this one. From inventory, transaction financial voucher. It will show you purchase price, cost price also. So you can verify one by one. You can see whatever you want, like everything. I think it is in the transactions only. In the transaction only, you can see the clearly the picture, like purchase price, cost, and everything. Give me a second. So the meaning actually why I'm telling this one, it is the intersection between finance and T&L a lot. So it should be learned by both finance consultant and T&L consultant together a lot. Okay, so here it will show you the cost amount. This is physical cost amount. This is financial cost amount. It will show you clearly quantity and everything. Understood? Any questions here? You can dig into one by one and you can verify if you want, whatever you want. Like this. Piece level information you can capture from these screens a lot. In the same manner, you can find in the keyboard as well. The keyboard. Let me show you from the keyboard. It is so looks like so simple, but if you need to like prepare like one Excel file kind of thing, and you need to enter the what is the purchase price you want to enter, what is the cost price, what is the sales price, what is the sales price, sorry, cost price you are expecting, everything you can enter in the Excel file and verify the same in the system. Yes, please. Someone else is speaking. So if you do exercise in the Excel file or anything, and if you are coming back and if you are verifying whether the same values coming or not properly, that will be good for you to learn always. Clear? Any doubt in this? Anyone, please?
Satya, the end user who is booking the vendor invoice has to do this allocation charges process for each invoice every time.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Okay.
But because whenever you are going to implement, you need to explain to the people in a proper manner. That is your responsibility, am I right?
Yeah.
That is the reason we are learning. As I told you, I have total 21 plus years of experience, almost 22 years experience, near to, but I never posted a single transaction in my life in the Dynamics 365 or Dynamics AX or anything. Anywhere I never posted. Just I have shown this one. I always posted in the environment like test environment or testing dev environment or some environments. But in the live, I never posted any single transaction till now because it is not my responsibility at all. If you are working in a business company, then you will get opportunity to work those scenarios. But you need to showcase this information to the your colleagues properly. Am I right?
Yeah.
That is the reason. Leaf level information. Actually, system will work properly. System will work properly, but you need to verify and you need to explain to the opposite person in such a way that you have developed this application. If you have developed this application, how the way you will think in the same manner, you need to think and you need to explain.
And another thing, while creating a material, while creating a product, a new product, you have entered that the purchase price and the sales price in the master itself. So while doing the subsequent purchase invoice or sales invoice, so that the price details will automatically change it if the
Yeah,
material goes price change. Okay.
yeah, exactly. So if you want to change, you can change during a transaction. If it is prices are changed, you can modify it. So the purchase price will be captured in 3 places. We have explained, I have discussed. You joined for logistics only, Magesh, right? Ganesh.
This is Ganesh, finance.
So okay, I told to the T&L people like one is purchase agreement, then another one is trade agreement, otherwise purchase price in item master. These are the 3 options captured by system automatically. Data entry operator will not key that information regularly. These are the different options available in the system: purchase agreement, trade agreement, and purchase price. These are the 3 options. From there, it will be captured.
But it is not the mandatory to maintain that price detail in material, that product master.
It's not a mandatory. It's not a mandatory. The first priority is this one, the agreement. Already agreement price is there. That is purchase agreement. If you are planning to purchase a bulk, then the best price will be given by vendor. Second one is like price card. This is a regular price card released by a vendor. You can do it. Otherwise, you can enter the price in the item master. These are the 3 options. The first priority is this one. This is a like a commitment between you and your vendor or between you and your customer.
Okay.
Sales agreement. Yeah, there is a big subject inside Ganesh, the price capture. Okay. Any more questions, please? Any more questions? Because I need to explain you now. Yeah, yes, please. Yeah, I need to explain like fixed, like one is debit and credit, means item debit and vendor credit. and different options I need to explain you. Tomorrow you are going to learn if it is a vendor, instead of vendor, if it is a third party vendor, what is the scenario I need to explain you. Next session. After invoicing, if it is received, there are multiple options. I will cover this one tomorrow. Okay, someone else is going to speak.
Yeah, Satya, it's not a doubt. Just want to have a confirmation with you. Have a discussion. If just for a few minutes, this item model group being such a critical part and the legal entity being such a critical part, this won't be discussed with the client before the UAT sign off.
See, that is completely depending upon the consultant, because business users don't know. That is your responsibility to discuss. Am I right? You need to
Okay.
explain to the business user. So as I observed, 90% consultants, they will not explain to the business users all these
Okay.
things. They will not explain. What they will do, they will show, give me your scenario, I will map it. If it is new scenario comes, they will come back to you. So that I want the business people, are not only business people, functional consultants. The problem is you never saw like me. I'm a single piece. The reason behind it is I'm sharing with the many people. Remaining, even if you join for any other trainers, they will hide the majority things. They will touch up like the functions, like whatever it is there in the system, and they will close. No one will
Exactly.
reveal the information in detailed with the piece level how is going on. No one will reveal. I told you, like I worked in almost 8 to 9 companies, and I traveled almost to 10 countries. So wherever I'm there, I will give the information as much as possible I can do. If you want me to teach you 1 year, I can teach you every day new subject. That much subject I can teach you, but no one has that much patience to learn this. Here my intention is there are so many modules, right? Sub modules. So I can teach you. So wherever I am working, I will try to explain to my juniors. But my juniors, what they will speak, like after 1 year, suppose their juniors comes, then explain them, then he will tell like, no sir, I have struggled a lot to learn this application. Why I need to teach to my junior? Then if I did the same thing for the last 1 year back, what you have to do? I saw in many companies, when I'm providing training to my junior employees, wherever I'm working in a company, okay, in a company, then their juniors will come after 1 year or after 1.5 years. Then they need to teach to their people, their juniors. No, they will not reveal. I spend a lot of time to learn this, sir. Why I need to teach to my juniors? This is the answer. So if I thought like that, the same thing, what is your position? Now you will not be in a great position, right?
Exactly, I understood completely. But what you're trying to say is it better to educate the client before you touch upon these critical areas. Am I right?
Exactly. You're right. If you touch up, your success rate will be good always.
A rapport will be still better. Good image.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Yeah. So
Thanks,
we can.
Satya. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. I will wind up this session for today. Okay. So there is a little bit urgency inside in my home. We'll connect once again tomorrow morning, same time, 6 a.m. IST. Okay. See you all. Bye bye.